Yo, everybody, welcome. We made it. 106 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me for another week. It's going to be another chill stream. It is Tuesday. We're not hyping up. We're trying to chill. We're going to play some game as usual. I'm going to check on my right and if my audio's good. Sounds fine. One thing you'll notice, the audio sounds pretty good. And that audio hum is gone. So I'm going to turn off the PlayStation. And it should be, if I'm not talking, pretty much completely silent. And I hope it is, because that was bugging me. I'm sure if you've seen on the Instagram, you would have noticed the video went up and you could, well, a video went up, because I'm trying to be a bit more consistent. And you could just hear some crazy hum in the back, and we can't be having that. It's not very based or red-pilled, and I don't like that. So yeah, I'm happy we got that sorted. Hopefully we will continue to solve problems and grow. So yeah, it's Tuesday. I hope you're all having a great week. We're just going to jump into the game, if I'm honest, because I haven't really played this game in a week. So I don't even remember where we are. But yeah, welcome. Yes, Nicola Wagwan. Thank you for coming. Everybody else in the chat, if you don't want to chat, that's cool. Logging in is sometimes a myth. But greetings to you anyway. This is the Fighter Spirit stream. We're going to be talking about some different things later on. So we have our comic of the week in the back, which is Red Coat. And it is about this man here. His name is Paul. He's immortal. And Einstein is helping him save America, which is very interesting. It's part of the Ghost Machine wider universe, which is still being built, which has Rook Exodus in it. It has Geiger. I'll be pulling these copies out later to give you a little sneak peek. There's Junkyard Joe, which I can actually pull out now. Never mind, I thought it was there and it isn't. But we'll be looking through a bunch of books later. So the Fighter Spirit books Instagram is up now. Feel free to go like and subscribe and follow. And what else? Yeah, the Instagram page is growing. We got to 100 subscribers. We beat my boy Charles, who's out in Taiwan, who's also doing a bunch of streams. Really amazing guy. Mainly focused on gaming, but he's an artist. He's the one who created Taya, which is over there in the corner. So yeah, big love to him. And yeah, sorry, like first to 1,000, and then we'll set the stage, or we'll set the challenge anew. First to 1,000. So if we could all, if you don't mind, I'll put the link in the description later. Go over, subscribe to him, man. That's my boy. Learned a lot from him. He's actually going to come on stream at some point in the future when we pivot to slightly different, more cultural subjects or experiments, or just talking about ideas. And it will be mad insightful. He's just a chill guy. So yeah, like and subscribe to him. And yeah, man, let's jump into some game. Same setup as usual. We're on vMix. Nick, please just confirm you can hear me, yeah? I'm sweating in the stream, you know. Why am I making myself sweat? Alright. Where were we? Amazing. Thank you very much. So, because we need a warm-up, we want to get back into the game. We're going to go clean up some Mongolians. They should make a game from the perspective of the Mongolians. That would be interesting. See if they can make us sympathize with them. Stream quality looks good, which I'm happy with. Audio is great. It's interesting that like some problems just come and go. We were trying to, a couple guys that I'm working with were giving me some options and advice on what it could possibly be, because they've encountered those types of issues themselves. And some of the solves like for problems like this are just ridiculous and sometimes not really, oh, I'm going in the wrong direction. They're not that intuitive. Hey, big up Luton, the hometown of other people. But yeah, so I'm happy that problem solved. I'm not even going to stress if it comes back, because we have changed some minute things, but not much. Literally, the only two things that I could think that it could be possibly at this point is the USB-C that I've used to go out from the ATEM into the laptop, because the one I was using before is for a SSD hard drive. It may not have been powerful enough. The one that I have in now is like a 10 gigabyte Thunderbolt. So I wonder what it could be. If it could be that. I also plugged in my camera to my other camera, my Blackmagic camera, for a video that I'm shooting at the moment. Give me the bear skin, boy! I missed it. Damn. That I'm working on, and that meant that I changed what inputs each source was going into in the back of my mixer. Who knows, one of those inputs could be broken. Warming up. Again, everybody, I hope you're having a good week. This is our Tuesday evening chill out session. It's an interesting start to the year, and I hope everybody is putting in a lot of organized work. Stress. Nothing is necessary. Look after yourself first. Hey, we're nearly there. Things can be left till tomorrow. You don't have to do everything today. It's nice to achieve things, but in all reality, we're not perfect. We can't do everything all at one time. Let's scout this out. Recover Sashimono banners, release the Falcons, kill an enemy with a shoji assassination. That's the one where you go in the door and then hide and kill them, but where would that type of door be? Is it shoji I ain't even got no arrows to snipe no one.
تنتنقي من بعد ها؟
I'm not trying to die today, I'll be real. I'm not. Just for not seeing. Oh. That was the kill. That was the Sashimono kill, and I just screwed it up. Go in here, sneak around, and then assassinate him through the door. If they put 2 here, we can get it. No, they didn't. This guy's still twitching on the ground. Mud thing. Oh man, start shooting your brethren.
Ой, өнөөхийг чи харлаа.
Oh, he's even stronger. Oh.
Ой, өнөөхийг чи харлаа. Атчихлаа. Нэг бас атчихлаа.
Oh, my God. Well, that's done. Yes, Scully, Wagwan. Big ups to you, boss man. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate it. You might have been able to solve this issue because I'm sure you've encountered something like this before, Scully, if you're still here. On the stream, I'm going to turn off the PlayStation audio. There was an electrical hum on the base of the microphone and I couldn't get rid of it, and it's gone now. But that was bugging me for the longest, bro. I literally just turned it on. I really haven't changed much. I kind of explained it earlier. But the issue's gone. So now the audio actually sounds steady, even though I'm not good at the game. I hope that explanation made sense. I don't know what he's possibly going to do from... Oh, he actually langs at people. Right. Literally hacking up his virgins in a craze. See, that guy was alive a second ago. Whoa. What happened to me? I got poisoned. I'm so confused. Don't make me fire like this. I don't even know what happened there. So the XLR is going into something called the Rodecaster Pro, which is like a 4-channel audio desk. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I'm sure you used to use it bigger desks. But it's just a small desk. And then that's going by XLR. Then it's coming out of there, 6.35 to 3.5 mil into the A10 mixer, and then USB out. So I'm unsure. Arrows. Yes, let's do it this way. Oh my days. See these spear guys piss me off. This time, I'm not dying. I'm saying that from now. Get back.
Сайхан сэтэн бай.
You man thought I was capping. I'm staying alive right now. Oh. We'll clean up those guys upstairs, man. They're filthy poison arrows. You hear that? See. days, I'm stuck. Rest. Hey, you're supposed to be on my side, boss. Oh shit. Oh my. Like I said, I don't intend to die. Oh my days. Come on, guys. Oh my days, there's a dog. Yeah, this just got long still. Easy kill, easy kill. Oh, give me that. Follow me up here. What's in there? Hey, nah, I'm scrambling. I can't think. It's just giving our bare whack stuff. Oh, put that assassin on that. Oh my days, dogs. Alright, how do we solve the dogs? Someone in the chat help me please, because... Oh shit. Do these dogs even count as big kills? Oh my days, I'm stuck. Come on, how do I get off? That was about to be my doom. Sorry, Scully, explain that to me in a whack, bro. Revenge. Oh! Man said change stance. Cowboy, bro. Hold on. So I think what happened when it paused, I'm running 2 backup recordings at the same time. So it might have been putting too much pressure, which is good to know, because I usually just run the one. But we're living and we're learning. So we survived. That was intense. But I told you, 0 deaths. I don't think I've ever died in a game, you know. I'm just a major gamer. But yeah, let me look on. Let us both look, since we're gonna be using this later. Let's look at what possibly could have gone wrong. So if we make this bigger, we can see concurrent viewers, stream health. So much information. Let us see. This is where we look into the guts. So, stay with me here. We've looked on YouTube. This is the back end YouTube studio. So if you were ever gonna stream to live to YouTube, you'll come up with this page here. So this is where you get all of your stream settings in here. So you get your streaming URL. This is basically, if you wanna, this is not a exact like university level explanation, but imagine the first streaming URL, so this one here, is YouTube, the building's front door for live streaming. And this is the secondary door, in case you needed to get in, but this one, for some reason, wasn't working. You have your stream key along with that. The stream key is the key to the door. The same key opens both doors. But if one door isn't working, you just go to the other one. Or if, while you're trying to go through the door breaks, it will fail over, or you'll just be like, cool, at least I have door number 2. So not every platform, yes, Gully, I appreciate it. I appreciate you for flagging that as well. I don't know why it disconnected, and I wonder how much we lost. But yeah, so if you're going to stream to YouTube, you create your channel, you'll have your creator studio. You'll click on somewhere like create, go live, and then eventually you'll get to somewhere like here. When we're looking in the stream health, everything says it's perfect. But if we notice, it says from 8:35, but we've been streaming since about 8:10. So obviously there was some discrepancy there somewhere. These are more analytics for like views and stuff, as you can see. But nothing is really saying anything there. But if we look here, we might be able to see a break. This is just a random, see, because we're going through every frame sent. Look, we have an error right here. I don't know what I'm reading, by the way, but this here is the signal of what went wrong. Conversion failed. It's very interesting. So we encountered an issue. We've got the VOD, which is good, but I still want to get a recording. So I'm going to switch that back on, and we're going to see what happened. But yeah, main thing is, we survived. All right, I'm starting another recording because that went down. But I'm sure it's going to be fun. We're still at 106 subscribers. Nobody has unsubscribed because of the tech diffs. Appreciate you. Let's get that to 1,000. And this is legit. The aim now is 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to challenge my boy Charles, because I know he's eventually going to get there as well. But let's get there first. We're growing a community. We're going to be educating each other, sharing. I'm going to be bringing people on to show you my world. And we're going to continue gaming and beating games. And eventually, you guys are going to join me on here and beat some games with me. It's going to be fun. I need to release the falcons now, because Everybody is dead. Did anything I said make sense just before? I'm gonna look at those logs a bit later and see if I can make anything out of it. Let us see what comes. How you doing, sis? Are you okay? Nice to have you. Yes, we need more perfect parries. You've been trying to hit me. Gotta get him. Who is that though? Is he immortal? Maybe not. Never mind. I don't know if this last one is possible. I don't know how many more people there are. Well, let me challenge the remaining at the end. I lie? He was trying to catch me from way away. How's things been going over for you, Scully? You working on anything interesting? I'm sure you are. Ah, there's an update available for VMix, which is good. Ooh, the boss man. I'm gonna make light work of this guy. A shield guy, easy. Excuse me. Oh my days. How do I fall for the same trick every time? Yo, sis, how's the stream look?
Ata örükler karışıklarını bassın!
Yes. Get in there. In that bin. A piece of Mongol armor. A piece of Mongol armor custom built for Colton Khan. Found at Bartu's mining camp. We're getting dripped up, people. How's the stream holding up? Where's the rest of them dons? I want them. Bring me your soul. I don't even think there's any more points for us to buy. Man like Brian, you know. Brian, our horse. Yeah, I appreciate that still. We're trying to rep Japan. That took a while. What? A little bit later on, we're going to talk about the boiler room workflow or how they execute what they're doing on their shows in a simple way. We don't want to give away all the magic tricks, but we're gonna talk over that. I've got a little workflow to look at.
この間にも巴の旧兵は島中の民を襲っておるぞ。
ならば共に止めに行きましょう。
Yeah, we don't have time for that right now. We got main story things to be doing. Boss. Crazy. I haven't picked up anything since I started this game. That's too funny.
菰田の浜で猛虎がお侍に勝てたのは数で上回ってたからだ。
遅かったじゃないか。
Shopping for curses.
心配したよ。捕ま
Sure
ったか
that's
と
what
思
you
った。
mean? I might have to get off stream and call you right now.
手間取っ
読ん
て
Deliverance!
でもらえた。ハントの戦に加勢するって。
そう願うが待っておるいとまはない。
風が強くなってきた。
朝には大風が来るな。ヒアリは無事に奪えたか。
痛手を負わせられるほどにね。それとクロードに従うため城を抜けた兵を見つけた。万端だ。
夜明けとともに攻めるぞ。
そう伝えるよ。みんなに会ってきて。話を聞きたがってる。
That is very racially insensitive, boss man. They're mosques that represent houses. Actually, very boss man. And I was gifted them for completing missions and being a total major gamer, actually.
酒井
Sakai.
その弓頼りにしております。巴が気がかりです。
我らで藩を討つ巴の助力など枯葉のように儚いものよ。
先生
Yeah, that would be a little side quest when we get bored and we're playing another game. We'll come back and get rid of Tomo.
覚悟はつきましたか。
この世に生まれた時からな。
This guy's
明日
got
が
the
待ち遠し
sickest
くてた
trim.
まらんわ。
Ripping us bald man.
本土に渡る航路を見つけた仲立ちがいるらしい。そんな。
ジン。
ご一族の仇を追う最中ですが、今が藩を討つ好機。
奴は夫を殺し、二人の息子を奪った。私も藩を葬りたい。
天誅を下しましょう。
その後に犯人探しを続ける。
助立ちいたします。お休みを。明日は長くなります。
もしくは短いか。
She hit us with the aura quote right there.
どうして神社に参らせてくれないんだろうね。苦しくするためなら何でもする連中だ。
さあ、いよいよですね。
機嫌が良さそうだな。
当然ですよ。一日中酒を飲んでますからね。
あまり飲みすぎると明日起きられなくなるぞ。
戯れはさておき、明日は力の限り戦います。タカのためにも。
頼むぞ、ケンジ。
Yeah, remember why we're doing this. It's not just for Japan. It's for our brother Taka who sacrificed his life.
お
For
頼
us,
みを聞いてください。
you always gotta rep that. Respect it.
安則はあまり飢えてないよ。あいつ
お主に助けられてから随分と遠
Do you
くま
remember
で来
the
た。
other audio issue we had?
ジンは重くて引きずってあ
Remember
るん
when
だよ。
you
孤独
couldn't
にしなきゃ
hear
村に。
anything coming when we were in dialogue parts like this? It's like the audio was just off in the distance. It's crazy. We've come a long way.
はお主のおかげだ、ユナ。
あんたは死ぬなよ。 これまで辛いことばかり。大事な人も亡くした。お願い。
If you've just joined us, we're just getting ready for, I think it's the last battle. And then after that, we're going to go and clean up Japan because we've
一緒
still
に
got
船を見
next
つけ
week
て静かな
to
地に
do as
逃げよ
much
う。
of this as possible.
戦は侍どもに任せりゃいい。
First week of Feb, Resi.
いいや。
俺が死んでも戦い続けてくれ。
あんたってやつはひどい男だね。そろそろ休む？
まだだ。今はあと少し共にいてくれ。いよいよだ。この時を逃せば二度とハーンを撃てなくなる。ケンジ、ヒアリの手はずはいかに？
いつでも矢の雨を降らせられますよ。
よし、ユナの合図で放つがよい。猛虎は束になってヒアリを奪いに来るだろう。我らはそこを叩く。
火薬も騎兵も定められた場にある。
さあ参ろう酒井。
皆の者、
That sounds...
ブーンを。いざ。
Somebody Google for me
ジン、
if
石村さんも
Ishikawa's voice
時期に
actor
大風が来る。
is
我らも始めるぞ。
Captain
あいつ
Yamamoto
の矢は
from
放て
Bleach.
るな。今だ。
Sorry to kill the suspense. I need to use the toilet. So I'll be back in 1 second. Because I want to get it done now. Because the next mission's a long one. I know that felt like a random. Hold on. Toilet gang. I hope you use your time wisely. Yeah, we're going for it. Amazing.
息子なの叩け
城を取られるな。
誰一人通しちゃダメだ
恐れず戦え進め
援兵が来るぞ。
行くな囲まれてしまうぞ
押し返すのだ
皆殺しだ
That was a shot. Is that the Gote 13 going for it, mate? Listen, cleaning up.
うまくいったね
猛虎は陣を整えておる。
その隙は与えません
ノリオが丘の上の兵を率いておる
Our block sponsor
ならば落ち
Ichigo
合
in
い
the back,
加勢しましょう
giving us the power.
皆さんご無事でこの地で片をつけましょう今日をハーンの命日にします志村殿のご加勢は待ちません
私たちは大門を攻める猛虎の気をそらすからその隙に忍び込め
死にに行くつもりか
ここまで来たんだ今さら引くつもりはないよ
おのおの方こそ誠の勇士また生きて会おう
兵の相手は任せな
皆声を出さんか。
猛虎にかける情けはないぞ
戦え
I thought we were supposed to storm the gates.
やつとしてどうしよう屋根に登らねば敵陣を見渡しハーンの居所を探るチンタロウ あの櫓を登れば敵陣を見渡せよ。
I don't know if that works. I missed it. Super Saiyan mode. Let's go. Cleaning up. Rip. Trust me, bro. Man tried to do the DSN and gang up on man. 19 guys up. Yeah, man. Right now we're fueled with the rage of the whole of Japan. We're on a Mulan thing. We're coming for the boss man's head. Oh my days, it's the elephants from Lord of the Rings. It's his uncle. This guy's coming trying to steal the glory, fam. What is that? How dare you? Yeah, come this way. Oh, that's what I need right now. I hate this spear, guys. Lemon's still alive. We gotta go get some arrows. We can't be Legolas with no arrows. That's enough arrows. Idiot. How did he not get hit in the head? I might have to wait this one out, or am I gonna die? Oh, I'm dead, guys. Oh, no. That's the dangerous guy, though. Where is he? Is that him there? It is him. I'll get him. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. We got him. Oh my god. I hope you're catching the play right there, you know. Alright. Yes, arrows. And kunais. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, your life is forfeit. Oh, oh shit. Oh my days. We've been here before, guys. We'll make it out. Oh yes. Oh my days. Kunais are sticky bombs. Oh shit, I threw it on the roof. That's why I hate those guys. They're the worst. They're very quick. See that? I just got rushed. And it started with the guy with the spear. That's like my kryptonite. That's all this time I haven't got any better.
あとは屋敷にたどり着くのみ。
Zonder havas nischersen. Etni kodas ein harsidet. Somon horo tsequiste. Zum bispeisen yum balgui. Yuchu shweche. Hinwe.
Oh. That's the dangerous guy. Oh, there's people. What? Oh, there are people behind me. Alright, we're getting sick on mode, guys. Alright, I know what the game is now. Come on, dude. That wasn't even... Oh my days. Yeah, I'm shit for that still.
あとは屋敷にたどり着くのみ。
Wow, man's just getting peppered. Hey, am I gonna die again? No, we're making a stand. Whatever you have. Oh my days. Yeah, it's on peak. It's on peak difficulty, bro. But this is that's the last time I'm gonna die. I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna do it this time. That was just a test. I was practicing.
あとは屋敷にたどり着くのみ。
Dead again. Die. I've lowered my IQ too much, bro.
あとは屋敷にたどり着くのみ。
Alright, next wave. Man's having to use the bankai on the basic Utes, bro. Alright. I should, innit? I need to take out the Mac 10, bro. Yeah, we made it though. We made it. That was hard. I'm not gonna lie. But it wouldn't be the last level if it was easy. And I'll put one in this guy's beak, fam. If you haven't already, and you can, please like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe.
己も志村もくだらなかったからな。和平にも応じず、己は戦を選んだ。では、その報いは本土の民に受けてもらう。
この対馬からは出さんぞ。
敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
He's a spear guy, so we need to bear that in mind. Woo! Yo, this is gonna be peak, fam. Ooh, give me some life back, boy. The main boss would have to be my biggest enemy, a spear guy, innit? In the spine. All right. We know now. All right. In the chat, I need you guys to make him chase me. Come on, big boy. Those ones are kind of cheats, bro. Oh. Am I supposed to jump up when that happens? Need to be well out of range. We might be here for a while. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's mad. Like, and it's not even one of the ones where you can parry or nothing. Yes, bro. Welcome along. See how he got me through that? Do we need the death counter for this one? Flipping hell, man. We're getting it cleaned up. Alright. Took half my life and he just moved out of the way. Listen, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Alright, we need the strats. I need you lot giving me some cheat codes. You have to hit the Dark Souls, bruv. All right. We've lasted longer than before, so we're learning. This next strike is critical.
すぐに忘れ去られるであろうよ。
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。
敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
See that? I need to keep some distance. I need to learn that blocking pattern as well. Because that second strike, it's like it comes mad quick. Yes, Chris, well go on. We're just getting wheel up in this game. Nothing to see here, man. See, that roll, I need to not do that because I'm too far away. I can't even say anything to that one. He hit me with his back. He did the Broly Piccolo to me. He hit me with a parry and I died. I'm raging.
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。
敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
That hit me, you know. How many times have I died now? Let's just put it at like 6.
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。
敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。己はすでに過去の男だ。
And said abandon. Give me a second. Shut your mouth, computer. How dare you? Yeah, I'm gonna put one up now, but like, who even knows what we're on? Who even knows? Raging right now, mate. All right. Oh, this is starting to piss me off, I'll be real. We are dead, boss man. Hold on. us see. That looks a bit better. Aye.
島の民の無念思い知れ。敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
Alright, from now, I'm just gonna stand in front of him until I figure out what I'm doing, because this is not going well. Make it a tiny bit smaller.
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
There's no way to. How do you get around that?
すぐに忘れ去
That
られ
was
るで
even
あろう
two I
よ。
need to add. Raging, man. What am I missing? Because I've done this before, and I did it on normal, which is completely different. But why am I not doing right? Is what I don't understand. That's not going to make any difference. I'm just bad at the game. Alright, we might get to 10 and then I'm going to take a break. We're going to pivot to the live streaming because I don't want this to get me mad still and I can't figure it out. This is just too peak. And it's already gone past 10 losses. Why can't I just shoot him in the face? Does anybody have any tips in the chat? Because I am out of ideas completely right now. Drink milk. I was talking like I'm broke. I don't even have any I can't use that death strike because I don't have any what's that thing called? Resolve. And yeah, hella rolls, guys. But even that, I'm trying to roll out the way. Quick, fam. But yeah, say no more, man. I've got to do that. Roll strat, bro. We're going full Dark Souls. About 10 deaths, man. Shameful. I'm not Oh yeah, of course, man. It's the same with every boss, but I can't figure it out right now. My brain is just not able to move. So like those, for example, because you can only parry like one set of this guy's moves, And when he turns around, that's a hit. I don't have that, bro. I don't have nothing like that. There's no flame katana. I don't have even the second bow. We've come straight here. So maybe this is our sign that we're not ready to be here right now. But I don't have anything like that.
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。
敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
Yeah, I'm just shit. That's what it is, bro.
己では我には勝てぬ。
You can only parry one move that he does. All of the other ones that I read, you can't parry those. And the distance that I have to be away is crazy. But then the problem I'm finding is I'm so far away, I can't run in quick enough to catch him. But we'll get it though. We'll get it. See, because even that hit me, and you could see that I'm out of the way. That hits me, everything. I probably even forgot to put like 5 of these on there, bro. Step on 4. Yeah, bro. This is the thing. I know what it is. And I'm just bad. I don't know how that hits me. All right, 5 more, and I'm done. This is the thing. I've beat this guy. I've already done this, but pause. But yeah, I just don't have it right now. Tonight is not my night. It looks like it will be next week. See that second one. When I get that, I'm gonna be very happy. Oh, I thought I could parry that. I'm starting to get it. I'm waking up. Oh. Random. Getting there, bro. I'm getting cooked, though, fam. Flipping off, fam. But we'll take a break at 20. We'll talk through the workflow. No. We'll take a 10-minute break. Then we'll come back and talk about the workflow. But I'm starting to get it. Do you know which side his blind spot is on? Whoa. This guy's strong, man. I rate it still. Can't even use that for life. These are the ones I want to parry. I don't have the timing down and I don't have any life. And you see that? The swing round the back. We're getting it. I understand it now. I understand it now. That one, that second hit that just killed me, that's the timing. If I can get the timing on that, we're there. We're there. Right, we're waking up. We're waking up. I'm getting cooked though. Flipping off.
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。
That's a punishment for running away, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'm not used to going to the right side, but we're gonna try that. I did get one perfect parry though. I ain't gonna forget that. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Because when he swings one way, the blade goes around to the other side. So I need to move out of the circle. Just kill me. Just kill me! Ah! I am raging. I'm raging. Oh wait, no. We're supposed to be in 20 now, right? Alright. So, I've disgraced myself 20 times in front of the Khan. And it looks like we're going to take a break. I'm going to grab some water. We are going to come back to this. But when we get back from the break, which will be a quick 10-minute break, so we'll come back at 10 o'clock. 2-roll and you're good, trust me. Yeah, facts. I'm going to work it out, bro. Man's going to catch it still. I'm just going to... Yeah, we're going to catch it. We'll take a 10-minute break. Sax, you know what you're going to do. You know what I'm going to do. Mandem, going to use the toilet as well, have a drink, freshen up, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about the technical workflow for this week. We'll go over what the comic of the week is, which is Red Coat, which I have prepared for you here. And then, yeah, we'll get back into it. So enjoy your break, and I'll catch you back in around 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. We're back. I hope you're well. We've moved on into the next part of the stream where we're not going to be seeing me get smashed up by some guy. Unfortunately, pause. Why? Hold on, I'm going to close the door. And we're going to talk about some streaming. So, we're going to go over to the desktop capture and we're going to watch something really quickly. So, big up the stream in there. Big up all 7 of us chilling this evening. I appreciate you. So, you can't hear it right now. We don't need to hear it. But this was something I shot 7 years ago with Boiler Room. So we can get it big on the screen. And my team and I, so I don't remember who was on the team at the time. The only thing I remember about this day, besides it being So Solid Crew, is the fact that my sister was there with me. Well, she came, I was working, and she was in the crowd, and it was jokes. There's a part in this video when I'm actually in the crowd. But, so this happened 7 years ago. Not a dream come true, because I never really dreamed about working with So Solid or anybody like that in the future when I was younger. But me and my sister did listen to like So Solid Crew, 21 Seconds, all that when we were younger, innit? So we know the words to all of these tunes. So it's kind of like surreal, because obviously at the time we were youngers. It's just not really the world we were in as well. But yeah, so we're doing this now, and this is what we're going to talk about today, is facilitating a workflow like this, because it isn't actually complicated. The complicated part is needing everything together. So just let me know, for example, I'm just going to check on my phone. If you can hear me in the chat, please let me know, because I can hear myself, so it doesn't sound like there's any issue too. I'm just going to open up the chat. Because we're back. We've started again. So let me know. You can skip through some bits of this. I can put the link in the chat if you want. And this looks clean. Yeah, I'm proud of this one still. I need to put this on the CV. But we did shoot about 3, I don't know. The number's hard to know. Easily over 100, because we did so many of them in London. And I've worked on ones that I wasn't physically at, but I've done hundreds of Boiler Room shows. So this was one of them. This was one of the better ones still. And yeah, so the team that it would take to pull off something like this could consist of like as many people as you like, depending on the budget. But the core team members that you'd need for something like this, we'll talk about it right now. So we'll come back to that in a second. So as you can see on screen now, we have an image. So we're going to start right in the middle. We have a mixer, the same mixer that we have every week, the same mixer that we use to do the stream. If I could show you on camera, it's literally right under my camera here. So that is the main hub that we're going to be using to connect everything and then to eventually live stream. Although for this example, we're going to use it as our backup for one reason, because we're going to use the same workflow as we did last week and use vMix to play any graphics, intros or outros, and we're just going to throw a bunch of stuff at it, assuming that a client would want something like that. And we're going to use vMix as our primary streaming output, which is going to go to YouTube, and we'll use the A10 Mini Pro ISO's streaming capabilities to send to the backup. So that's going to be the way we keep vMix integrated. But if you wanted to, and you wanted to use some static images to overlay on your ATEM, you could do that, because that's what we done at the time, because our workflow was slightly different. What we would do is we would connect everything. So we'd connect all of our cameras to our mixer, and then we would connect our mixer to something called a live view, the LU600 to be precise. And basically what that is a cellular bonding unit. And what that allows you to do, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Please let me know if I'm going too fast in the chat. But what the LU600 allows you to do is to send your signal from pretty much anywhere you are in the world. So if you don't have like a laptop, there's different use cases for this device, but the way we were using it is we'd have our mixer, we'd have our SDI output, we'd connect it in. See, these things are not cheap. $550 for a day. It's because of what it allows you to do, which is pretty cool. But trying to zoom in. There we go. Surely I can get a better picture than this. I just did that. I zoomed in on my whole desktop for a hot sec there. Crazy. Let's find a better picture. It's a good picture, a good example to use. So we would have our mixer and we would send our SDI signal out over SDI, plug it in here. And what it allows you to do then is to set your streaming details, and we would use various different workflows at the time. And basically you can either send, if you wanted to send directly to YouTube, you could. So you just insert your RTMP details like we spoke about earlier, your streaming URL and your stream key. You'd click when you're online, because the way this works is a few different ways. That offline button will allow you to get sort of click start, and it will start sending to your destination. The way these work is they have like broadcast SIM cards in them, and what those allow you to do, what this machine does is balances the data from them and allows you to basically use your phone signal, if we're going to just dumb it down, to stream. That whole device converts that signal into H.264 or H.265, and then it sends it low bit rate, high quality, and there's loads of different things you can do with that device. But its main perk is if you don't have like an internet or Wi-Fi, you can use the SIM cards in there to stream. And when we were in different places around the world that couldn't guarantee internet the same way, we'd bring this device with us, make sure we had enough money to pay for it, which was outside of my remit at the time. But I know it's not cheap, because depending on where you are, it's going to cost a lot of different amounts of money. But we would bring this device with us, and that's what we would use in replacement of vMix. But what we couldn't do with the live view was add overlays and make it a bit more complicated if we wanted to. It was just a signal pass through basically, and that's what we knew at the time, and that's what we did at the time. Now I've learned a bit more about it, and there's a few different things you can do, and there's a few different models. There's like the LU800, which has 4 SDI inputs, which allow you to then do 4 1080p streams, or you could even do 1 4K stream. But they will allow you to do different things. It just really depends on what it is that you need to do. So let me know if I'm moving too fast or if this is mad boring. It doesn't matter. You're going to have to sit and learn anyway. We're growing our attention span at the same time. So we have our mixer here. We have our vMix, which is our primary stream. We're going to YouTube and Twitch. Twitch has good interaction. It is a live platform mainly anyway. You do have video on demand after, but Twitch is for live. There's not many boiler rooms that I remember mattering when it came to Twitch. There was interaction, but their main home was on YouTube, which is where all the video archive is, all the main streams are, and that's where the main people would interact. And Facebook as well. Facebook was pretty big. So if we look on the right hand side, we have our dance floor. So sorry if I'm not speaking into the mic. I'm trying to make sure you can see me and look at this image at the same time. Anyway, so we have Squidward here doing his thing. And now this is our dance floor. We have our DJ in the front, and we have basically to make sure that the audience is seeing and hearing everything. We also want to give the opportunity for the DJ to speak to the audience. So to enable that to happen, we need a few things. So we need the audio coming out from the CDJs, which is the mixers. This is a simplified version, so if you were on set, you would have much more cables than this. But we're basically just going by input rather than all of the cables that you would need. And even with the CDJ, I want to say that it is a bit more complicated. But anyway, the 4 inputs that we have for our audio mix is the host mic, so that the audience can hear, which is going to be come back and blended in with the other audio inputs. So when the music's playing, if the DJ wanted to, they could either bring down the music and talk, or if they pick up the mic and talk, we can always hear them at a good level so that they can communicate the whole time. Everybody's different. Some people are going to DJ and talk to you the whole time. You know what Tim Westwood is like. So he needs to have his microphone set up to do that. We could do that on a mic stand, because I think when we did, because I've done Tim Westwood before, pause. I've worked with Tim Westwood before. And the only reason why I use him as an example is because he specifically has a mic stand and a sort of stand for his DJ sets. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen him live before and would know what I'm talking about, but other people would just put the mic on the side, pick it up and then put it down, because they're not really going to talk too much because they're so focused on DJing. But we want to give them the ability, or the host, who's the person who is actually talking, taking us through the event and managing us as a crowd, is going to be coming on when all the DJs come and say, oh, thank you, DJ Massey, which my boy Comrade Massey is actually DJing right now, I think, unless it was yesterday and I've miscalculated Instagram. But he's even done a host for Boiler Room. He would come on and say his part, pass it on to the next DJ, and then the set would go on, just so that the people that are watching who aren't sort of in the building know what's going on. So, and you're sort of speaking and sort of riling up the crowd as well. What we'd also need, if we want to rile up the crowd at home, to give them a better feeling of what the people in the room are vibing to, is those ambient mics. So you can see one at the back here and one at the side. What that's going to do is that's going to catch the crowd the crowd noise. So they're singing along. It's not going to be like clear, like we're not pointing a mic at people. We're catching the ambience from the room. We're catching what the atmosphere is with these microphones. So those are our third and fourth inputs, and the second input is the CDJ. So it isn't too complicated. Once you get to a desk, there are things that you need to do, because when you're using a microphone in a room, you don't want to get any reverb, you don't want it to sound wrong. So sometimes, I'm sure you've seen, when you're seeing somebody do a mic test, they'll come up and go, 1, 2, hey, 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 1, 2. What they're doing there, they're looking for frequencies in the room that need to be taken out so that we're not hurting ourselves and everything sounds great. Sound guys are amazing. They've got like the Sharingan. They can see stuff with their ears. It's amazing. But once it gets to the desk and they've balanced it out well, bearing in mind something I did mention, what we're talking about is the broadcast mix, because you're going to balance what's going out to the PAs and what the people can hear in the room differently to this. So all of these inputs are coming into the mixer that is going to be doing our broadcast mix down for stream. In the room, you typically would have 2 desks, or if your desk can do it, you can have a second bus and you can output from there your broadcast mix. The problem with that is, unless that person set it up and stays there, and sometimes if you're working at a venue and you have artists there, the venue tech might set it up and then the artist technician might come and use it. it might be a bit complicated for them to understand the buses if they can't just look at them on two separate ones and know, well, cool, the audio guy from the streaming side is handling this desk, and then the venue and is managing the main PA and the artist that's happening in the venue for the people in the venue, because we have to think of those as separately. You wouldn't really want to be sitting in your house and hearing what it sounds like in the room. You want it to be much clearer. You're going to be wanting to hear, like, when you're obviously in the club, you're not hearing the high fidelity that you would if you were just sitting in your headphones listening to a tune. Obviously the vibe is different, so it fits what you're doing. But if you're sitting at home, you want the high quality with the good mix. You want everything to be blended so you can sit and enjoy it in good clarity, and also like sort of red light it when you're at home by yourself. So that's what the broadcast mix and the vision mix allows you to do. Once you blend those things together and get the perfect balance, which is what I feel like we did have when we did the UKG show, which again, gassed about, it allows you to come away with something like this. So again, we have our DJ front shot here. That's showing you the main action. Sometimes you could just leave it on this because some DJs are so interesting, and sometimes all the action is just happening behind camera. But then you want sometimes the crowd reaction. You want people sharing beers, having laughs with friends, you know. And that can be done in one of two ways. So if we go back to, for a moment, if we go back to the diagram, there's a second camera right next to the DJ. There's two things you can do with that. Assume that this is the second camera right here because we are right in front of the DJ booth. That one could be on a magic arm. And a magic arm is basically something that you can clamp onto something, screw a camera on the other side, and just perk it up and just allow it to be held. That's likely what the front shot is, because typically in this environment, you're not going to use a tripod because these people are so close to the desk that the desk is shaking. So there's been, I could say at least 100 times, I know minimum 100 times, I've gone running through a club to get to the front to fix the front DJ shot because nobody can see nothing, because it's literally fallen over. Well, obviously cut to a different camera, so it's fine. But obviously we want that main DJ shot and we want all of our camera shots to be good at all times. But these people are so close to the desk. I did a show with Ramon, if you're in the chat, I'm sure you remember this. And you was on camera and I'm holding back. I think, who was it? Was it those guys? The pirate DJ guys. I hope you're in the chat still, Ramon. But basically, I think I was on camera and Ramon was holding them back, and then we swapped, and it was just heaving. And it's been like that, the same thing when we did Carnival as well. So you're not going to typically put these cameras on tripods. And if you don't want to use a magic arm for this second shot and you want to use it on a shoulder rig, there's still two ways to do it. You could still run your cables. So if you look in the diagram, all of these are cables and they're sort of being connected to the desk that way. But if you wanted to, you could do it with a wireless transmitter. So these shots, as you can see, we're at eye level, so we're not like the DJ shot looking up, as you can see here. So that one is locked off. You can tell there's no movement there. The second camera is on a shoulder rig. So we've got that camera operator ready to go. This is a shot. If we go back to our diagram, this is the shot right at the back here. Which we have connected by a cable as well. So this is this cable right here. That's catching all of the view from the back. So if people are doing moshing or it's just packed in there and you want to advertise, yeah, we're popping, you cut to that shot there. Cool. Then again, this shot is at... One thing I realized, the lasers in this building could have fried these cameras if we were not careful. But the camera that I'm using now, this one actually could be the same camera. You never know. This is a lesson for the future. Lighting makes all the difference. We'll talk about that later with somebody called Otis. He's going to come on and give us a lesson on lighting. So prepare for that. Big up him. and I appreciate him coming on. And we also have somebody called Adenike coming on as well. So big up them also. And they're going to be teaching us about what it means to be a DLP and how to make things look amazing. So, yeah, you could either do this with a cable, which we have here, and you just have to give it a bit of slack. If you had a bigger team, you'd have somebody called a cable basher, pause, and they would basically make sure that you have enough cable, you're not tripping over nothing, it's not tight, you're just able to get your shot and focus on what you're doing, and nobody in the crowd is going to get in your way, and you just got a tiny bit of security and assurance there. One place that you might see something like that, based on how they use the shots, is in football. If you're really paying attention to the cameras, which most of you likely aren't, or in the UFC, it might be easier to notice that type of thing. So when they're coming down the aisle to walk to the ring, somebody is obviously on a camera moving backwards like this. How are they walking backwards and knowing where they're going? They might know the route, but they have somebody behind them, pretty much their hand on their back, guiding them, making sure if they're not on a wireless transmitter and they're running on cables like fiber optic cables or I think it's SIMT, they would know where they're going and make sure that they're not tripping up. And you notice that same thing probably happens for the guys on the ring side because they're cabled. So when you're watching Bruce Buffer come in the ring, if you watch the guy that goes in, sometimes they'll have somebody with them making sure that they're not tripping up if there's too many people in there. So yeah, you just make sure that when you do wire it up, you have enough slack there on your SDI. And what we're doing, and the reason why we're using SDI for this one is because of the distance. We're going to assume because we're in a club, we're not able to sit next to the DJ and do our vision mix there because nobody wants to see us. We're not part of the illusion. We're part of creating the illusion. And we're going to be somewhere off in the back, maybe even in a different room. Sometimes we'll be in the gallery at the back because if it's an events venue, they're usually going to have their audio desk pretty much looking at the stage. So sometimes we can get set up with them, but sometimes there's no space for us and we have to go somewhere else. Okay, this is another sick shot. I'm going to put the link for this in the chat quick because then you can all watch it yourselves. Let's see if we can find me. Certainly being gassed. Does any of that make any sense? I'm trying to talk a bit slower. Yeah, this was a big night still. I'm happy this turned out the way it did. A lot of people go into this, it's not just me. Like, big up all the people that's worked with me on all of these shoots, and yeah, I appreciate you all. I hope some of that made sense. So again, there's a lot of things that happen in events like boiler rooms. So sometimes they're not just DJs, and sometimes the workflow gets 5 times more complicated than this, or sometimes you have to implement this workflow 5 times on the same day in different venues or in different parts of the same building. So keeping it simple is usually sort of super paramount. And also, if you don't want to keep it simple and it is a big event and you do have the budget and you do have the scope to be able to do certain things, you can use companies and technology like Push Live, which basically allows you to ingest, add pre-roll, post-roll. It's got so many good things to it and allows you to send to all the destinations that you need to in such a managed and scheduled way. You can sort of go as complicated as you want. Also with adding things like vMix, it just depends on your scope. But usually what they do is tend to keep it simple, and simple has worked for them and it continues to work for them, which is why they're still popping. I always rate them for that. But the workflow is super simple, and we can go back to, I mean, you can see on screen now anyway, because the desktop is not up. If anybody has any questions about this, please let me know. But I'll just go on for a bit longer. Obviously, you could shoot this if you didn't have the capability for going live, because let's say the venue was 10 meters underground, there's actually no internet there, and there was no way for you to do it. You could implement the same workflow and you just take out the streamer element and it would still all work well in your favor. Or if you really had to and you didn't have any of this equipment, you can go the other route, set up all your cameras or man your cameras if you need to, and press record, cut it down after, and then premiere it on YouTube if you wanted to go live that way. But it just really depends on what you're trying to achieve. I don't really actually have too much to say about this because it's actually not too complicated. It would be cool to answer some questions, but there isn't actually much to say. We've gone over the ambience. You guys all know what parties are like. So this camera that is sitting outside of the dance floor would have been our roaming camera. So if we wanted to add something like a Teradek bolt to that, which I can show you what that looks like, you would, which is a wireless transmitter, you would just, add that onto the back of your camera, and then, yeah, you're good to go. You can stream, you can move around the club, the venue, depending on the size of the Teradek that you get. I was reading about one. Show you. Teradek Bolt 4K array antenna. So basically, what this allows you to do with a SDI or a HDMI is to output the signal from your camera into this. One of them is the transmitter, and the other one is the receiver. So you plug in your HDMI to this, it's going to send this signal over these antennas to this device here. Then basically you would plug this into your mixer, and then that's how you would get from 150 meters away or in a place that isn't able to be cabled, or you'd be able to follow somebody and you'd be able to get your signal with a low latency back to your mixer so you can implement it into the rest of your stream. But we would use these on shows as well to do the roaming camera. So it's pretty straightforward stuff. I think remaining organized is probably the easiest way to not overcomplicate something like this, because it doesn't need to be complicated for you to have a good product, because people are listening to music because they enjoy the music. You don't need to have a million things sort of strobing off and sort of creating distractions if the music is good as it is. But yeah, you could have this roaming camera catching Squidward, using a Teradek, sort of catching him around the club. You'd send the signal wirelessly over to your mixer on your fourth input, because this only has 4 inputs, so you're limited in that way. If you had a bigger mixer or a bigger show or bigger needs from your client, you'd obviously just update your mixer or upgrade your mixer. But because we have 4, this workflow is perfectly fine. The reason why, on top of using the SDI signal because of the distance, we're using these converters to change the signal to HDMI. But when we have this workflow, we can also send signal from the mixer back to the camera, which will allow us to control the camera from the desk. So that's like color correction, color balancing, managing audio, all of those types of different things you can manage from your desk if you can create that two-way signal path. So on cameras like the Blackmagic Studio camera, which I have here. Hold on. Oh, that's heavy. So on this camera here, which is the Blackmagic Studio 4K Pro, you have two SDI inputs. It's probably out of focus, but you can see them anyway. They're right there. One isn't in, one isn't out. The out obviously sends the video signal from the lens out to your mixer, and the signal that is coming back from the mixer, which is being sent in to the camera, it's just going to carry information. Like with this camera, you can send your program, which is coming from your mixer, back to your camera, so your cameraman can see what the action is just by pressing a button. Not every camera can do that, but when you send the signal back, those are the types of things you can do. If you're using a mixer like the A10 Studio mixer, that's it, like A10, something like this. No, it's not this one, my bad. This is a better example. This is an upgrade of the version that I used to have. So you have your ins and outs. You can go directly into this because this is an SDI mixer, whereas the one we're using is a HDMI mixer. But that way we can have the camera controls, so that way it's much easier for us, especially if we want to sit in one place, balance the cameras, as opposed to shouting across a room or whatever maniacal way you would use to balance your cameras. We learned a lot. We learned a lot. I wouldn't do a lot of the same things that I did then now, but it was good times. What else is there? What else can we go over? I can't actually think of much else to go over. I'll put a poll up. I'll try and get some questions in for next week. We'll see what more we can pull out of this. Nothing is coming to mind right now, which is totally fine. Well, what we can do though, really quickly, is we can talk about this comic, our comic book of the week, which is Redcoat. So I've read the first 4 issues of this, and this is part of the Ghost Machine universe. And it's been going on for a while. I thought it started last year, but one of the comics that came from it, called Junkyard Joe, seems to have come out quite a bit like before I thought. But Redcoat started last year. So that's obviously issue number 7, as you can see on the screen. And what we're doing is following the story of Simon Pure, which is the person that we can see on the screen. And basically, he's just like a scallywag, typical pagan. But he stumbles upon immortality, which is very interesting. And this is around 1776, which is why he's dressed the way that he is. And on his journey to becoming, like, once he's become immortal and he's just been a scallywag across time and sort of made different enemies, he bucks up on a young Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein had a prophecy that the world was going to end and he needed to go to America. So he's gone to America and he's bucked up with Simon Pure. And him and Simon Pure are going to save America. And along the way, George Washington, another immortal. The story is hilarious. I'm looking forward to reading this. I think I'm a couple issues behind. I'll show you a few of the other things that I've got as well. George Washington, now, the other immortal, is on the case. and Johnny Appleseed is there to help. So it's actually a very interesting story. I'm looking forward to seeing how it ties into the greater Ghost Machine world, because, as I mentioned before, there's a few different branches and parts of the story going on at the same time. So I'll show you. So if you go to the back, they have a timeline. Whoop. Let's see if I can make this a bit easier to see. So we have Geiger on this side, like I was mentioning before, which is at the end of the story. So basically, there's a film that came out. So I'm just going to sort of read through this. There's a film that came out. Again, bear in mind, I started my journey reading all of this with Redcoat. There's a film called The First Ghost, and that is the catalyst for all of this. But in the timeline, Redcoat takes place in 1776. But things like Geiger take place in 2050. So this is the whole span of the story. And I'm really interested in finding out how Simon Pure bucks up with someone like Geiger. I'll pull out a copy of Geiger just so you can see what that guy looks like. And I'll show you some of the other things I've picked up recently. One of them that I do remember is a flash run. I'm not feeling it though. I'll be real. I'm not. There's too many words. But I do like some of the concepts and ideas. I'll be real. But what I was reading this week was a Nightwing run. So it was called Nightwing Fallen Grayson. And it was a cool story. It's one of those sort of, the bad guy learned how to break you sort of like mentally, and you've got to go away and discover yourself. So he's gone away from Bloodhaven and he's rediscovered himself and come back. I've seen a few people complain. I'm new to all of this, so I'm not in any position to complain. I'm only in a position to learn. But I could understand why people might not like certain things, but I'll make a better judgment on that when I know more about Dick Grayson, when I read a few other different books. I want to go into Dick Grayson's past and see like what there is to learn to make my comparison. I also got this. I'm sure some of you are watching this online at the moment, Solo Leveling. I've got book 8 as well, and I still haven't read it, but I'm really looking forward to this. So I might put this in my work bag so that I can read it tomorrow on my way to work. Let me see if I can find Geiger, which is what I wanted to talk about. I've just got a big pile of comics to go through. Okay, so another issue of Redcoat. This is issue number 5. In issue, do I spoil it for you? Basically, somebody worked out a way to kill Simon Pure, and he has 1 day left to live. And I think that happens in issue 5. So I'm looking forward to figuring out what happens. Cool. So we have Redcoat, which we have in the back here. Starts in 1776. In 2050, we have Geiger, who is on the other end of the scale. These two characters are linked. So the character that you'll see in Redcoat there loading up that musket is connected to Geiger here. And I'm looking forward to figuring out how. Geiger, issue number 6 here, with his 2-headed dog. I don't remember the name of the dog. In issue 5. Oh, so that means I have... No, never mind. I thought I had 2 issue 5s. It's issue 5 Redcoat, issue 5 Geiger. Cool. One of his enemies gets to him and catches up because he is the radiation man, but he is not the only radiation person. But the art in this is amazing. Look at that. Crazy stuff. So I'm invested in the world. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes from it. I'm not actually sure where it's gonna go, if I'm really honest. But Geiger and Redcoat are connected. That is the book of the week. And yeah, I think if you can get down to A Place in Space, or you want to come down there with me one day, please feel free to hit me up. The guys there are amazing. I get all my comics from there, and they have them prepared for me, and it's really good. Oh, look. Issue number 6. Redcoat. Again, some subtle foreshadowing. That is young Albert Einstein. They're holding Simon Pure's, I assume, corpse. Feel free to come round, read these. I would let my youth read these too, but he might rip them in half. So he has to get a bit older. Another amazing run at the moment. Sacrifices. This is issue number 11. So we've got a few here. Ooh, this one. The Goon. See, I haven't caught up on my reading. I've got so much to read. Like, this is just one pile of that I've picked up. That pile looks small, but yeah, I've got so much to catch on. The Goon. I read the first part of this, which is in my boxes down below, and I haven't laughed out loud at something in a long time, and I find that pretty funny. So if you can check that out, make sure you do that. We have Napalm Lullaby. This is by Rick Remender. I haven't read it yet, have no clue what it's about, but I haven't read a thing by Rick Remender yet that is bad, so recommended. That's right there. Something Crawled In was given to me by the owner of A Place in Space. So big up A Place in Space. Gonna be there in the next few days because I'm sure I've got some things to pick up. But yeah, big them up all day. Do you know what? Does anybody actually remember the Goon? And not the Gooner. I know that's you looking at yourself, but the Goon. Because I do remember this character, but I'm not sure why. But it's a good run. I do enjoy his character. Very simple. And then back with Rick Remender again. Story is amazing. Artwork is 10/10. Tell me that is not an epic piece of work right there. Oh my days. Like, all of the artwork that I've seen from this guy's work is just crazy. Just crazy. So yeah, I've got loads to catch up on. What are you reading at the moment? If there's anybody in the chat, please let me know. We're going to be wrapping up soon because we've been on for a while now. And I'm sure you've heard enough of me. But yeah, what are you reading? It doesn't have to be a comic. It could be anything. I just want to know. Let me put these back. I am really looking forward to reading Solo Leveling proper. Here's a few more. Detective Comics. Batman was poisoned by the asthma and he had to go and find himself again. So maybe I feel like they're reinventing Batman at the moment. But as usual, Batman comes out on top. My viewpoint, or my entry into comics, was last year. I did grow up reading like the Beano and the Dandy and getting comics here and there, but I never really got into it that deeply. But now that I'm really actually getting into it, I'm trying to thread these worlds together, which isn't easy. But oh, thank you everybody who liked the video. I appreciate that. Ratings. Oh, sick. I didn't know you guys. Oh, yes. Well go on, Glow Joey. You're rereading Frankenstein. How are you finding it? Another amazing run at the moment that's continuing is Dune House Carino, which I have here. This is issue number 8. This came after House Harkonnen, which was running from 2023, I think. I'm not really the best with these dates. I will get better at that. But I think the House Harkonnen run started in 2023. Look at this Benny Gesserit variant cover. The Dune universe told through comics is amazing. The energy paradox, healthy ways to raise your energy levels. Okay. Send me some healthy ways to do that. Okay. If you don't know this, Constantine is one of my favorite superheroes, and he was one of my favorite superheroes because the Constantine movie that came out with Keanu Reeves was so good. That Constantine and the Constantine from comics are not really the same person. Some of the story threads are the same, like the death scene is similar. Well, his hijinks are a lot the same, but he's not an American. He's actually from the UK, and this is him going to America. So Hellblazer Dead in America. He has some business out there to attend to, and he goes out there with his son, who's mixed race, which is very interesting. But I actually haven't. This is issue number 10. I've literally just been collecting these, but I haven't read through it yet because I'm missing a couple issues. But I haven't sat down to go through my spreadsheet, which I do have a spreadsheet, to figure out where I am. It's long. What comic would you recommend for somebody who's never read one? It's really hard to say. It just depends what you like. Is there a superhero that you like? Is there a genre that you like? Overfed but underpowered. That's interesting. Where when you read a bit more about that, let me know. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite when it comes to reading and stuff. I try to be super open with how I approach it because writing is really hard, and not even to get soppy about it. People are putting their souls out there. It's just like it's just not that deep for me to go hard criticizing somebody's work. Like it just does nothing for me. Unless it's like really bad, but more time I'm quite open to stories and I'm happy that I have read them, even though some of them I don't necessarily enjoy. I'm always happy that I read it than I didn't. And because comics are so accessible, because they're so cheap, like the most expensive current issue that you're gonna buy might be £5, but that's because it's a variant copy where you can maybe get it for £4 and just get a standard issue, or just depend on the digital house. But I can't imagine you pay more than £5 for a comic. And for something that you can keep, because it's a book at the end of the day, you should look after it. It kind of like you pay 15p, get your bag and board with it. You can keep that for a while, read it, seal it away. But you can kind of start anywhere. I'm throwing myself all over the place at the moment with reading it, but I'm gonna get rid of some of the ones that I read that I didn't like. There was a Hawk Girl run that came out last year that certain parts of the story I didn't really mess with, and it lacked some of the seriousness that I wanted from a Hawk Girl comic because the story is quite interesting. So I'm gonna get rid of that. but I'm happy that I read the story and it's helped me to refine my taste a bit. So I think you just might have to go into the shop one day, look around, and see what pulls your fancy. Because again, you go there with 15 quid, like look around, spend your time, and just the same as you would in a normal bookstore. And it's easier because there's images as well. If you like comics or anime, sorry, cartoons or anime, like it should be easy. Just take your time. I like to just sort of sit in Rome and think about what would I like if I'd seen a film or something like that. I like to think, okay, I'd like to learn more about that character. So you could do the Infinity War. If you really wanted to know about characters like Thanos, you could do Infinity War. If you wanted to know more about somebody like Doctor Doom, you could do Secret Wars. If you wanted to find out about even Reed Richards, you'd find out more about him from Secret Wars. But these are all, you could get these as graphic novels, like putting everything together for you. Or you could just go deep into the individual runs, just jump on a Fantastic Four run or an X-Men. It kind of just really depends, like who's your favorite superhero, I guess is probably be the best way to start it. I'm a big fan of like Wonder Woman. I'm a big fan of Batman. I'm a big fan of Hawk Girl. I'm a big fan of Catwoman. I'm beginning to sort of understand Selena Kyle a bit more now. As I'm reading comics, I love the Penguin. He's a G. His comics are good too. I think people really hate Tom King, and they have a lot of issues with certain things that he says through his writing. But I mean, again, I'm easily pleased. I enjoyed it, and I like certain things he did. I think maybe when I read a few, or I go into a deeper past, or I read the original creator of Penguin's version of Penguin, I might change my mind. But we'll see. I'm open to it. It's just more reading, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, yeah, is anybody else in the chat reading anything? I read One Piece this week. One Piece is getting good. I've been not necessarily finding it that interesting over the past 6 months. I've been enjoying the anime because they're redoing Fishman Island. I don't like the opening song. That's neither here nor there. But the manga, is starting to pick up. I'm actually looking forward to it. There's a few good things going on at the moment in the manga world. There's a few things that I don't understand, and I think I'm going to do some researching into understanding the landscape a bit more. And I think in the future, I've been doing a bit of research on it at the moment, is to explain the comic book landscape. Because big things have been happening. A big distributor has just gone bankrupt, and so the landscape is about to change. I don't remember the name of the channel, but there's a new channel that I've been following, and they are really good, like amazing knowledge in comics. Let me see if I can find it. And he is explaining quite a bit. They do go quite hard, and they've got so much more knowledge when it comes to comics than I do. I just have to sit and listen. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the comic book industry right now, and we're going to explore that at some point. I kind of want to figure out what this channel's called now. Sorry. Oh, I just seen a video. Alright, I can't find that. We can move on. There's a game we're going to play later on in the year called Serious Sam. Me and my boy AJ is going to jump on and play that. That is going to be one of the maddest games. It's going to be from like the 2000s. It's a 2000s game, maybe like 2002 or something like that. It's going to be one of the craziest games, man. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this week, man. I'm happy to have come on. I'm probably going to jump on maybe even tomorrow, if I'm honest, because I've got some more free time this week. And I need to learn to sort of take it a bit easier and relax. I feel like I'm trying to run it too much like a show. And or at least that's the intention in my head, when I just need to come on and relax and take time. I appreciate you all coming. It's been another week. We learned a little bit about workflows. I've put up a post on LinkedIn. It's not too comprehensive. The image is there. If there's anything you want to talk about to do with it, please feel free to hit me up. If we're not connected on LinkedIn, feel free to connect. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do that now. We're on our way to 1,000. We got to 100 subscribers yesterday, so everybody who jumped in and subscribed, I really appreciate it. The next goal is 1,000 subscribers because, again, the aim is to grow. I want that for you and I want that for me. So what you have to do is spread the word and keep me on my toes. And what I have to do is show up every week and do what I said I was going to do. So we'll jump again on tomorrow. I'll confirm in the morning if that's going to be the case. And if not tomorrow, it will be Thursday. But we're going to jump on again. We might play some Fortnite. We might just chill out, talk over some subjects, look into some like culture stuff. You never know. And yeah, just take it from there. So again, I've said it a million times. Thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with me. We're going to continue growing this. I'm going to continue getting better and learning how to articulate myself better. I'll refine the bits that I need to. If you have any advice, if you have any things that you want to see from the channel, if you have any tech questions, feel free to hit me up. My DMs are always open, and that's what this is all about. If you have a subject that you want me to make a video on, because I'm going to start doing that probably from February. I'm going to do a couple test videos this month and put some stuff out to see what, like, not the reception is, because I'm just going to ask people directly, what do you think of this, rather than seeing what comes, because there's not many of us right now. We just got all the loyal OGs. But if there's anything that you want me to talk about that you think might be helpful, just let me know. DMs, I'm going to be putting up some polls on the YouTube, and we'll just take it from there. But again, enjoy the rest of your week. Work hard. Make sure you get some rest. Make some good decisions. Have one less chocolate bar than you was going to have. And yeah, and make sure to get some rest. Again, I appreciate you. I could say that a million times. But again, have a great week. It's been Fighter Spirit. We'll be back in a couple of days.